Hi, it's State Representative Jim Walsh here with my good seatmate, State Representative Joel McEntire. And we're here to talk to you today about a couple of good things. Well, one good thing that's happened in Olympia during this legislative session. Joel's bill to do something about the burrowing shrimp infestation all around the coastal part of Washington has passed into law. And this is going to help a lot with our aquaculture industries and anybody involved in oystering or clam harvests or anything else along the coast. Joel, why don't you talk about the bill?
Yeah, so the issue, Jim, is that we've got this little crustacean on the coast, and it changes some of the environmental factors with the mud and the silt, where we would normally have a good harvest of our oysters and other shellfish, and it changes that to make a high mortality rate of the shellfish. And so in the past, what was done is chemical treatments were used, and one by one, for reasons valid or invalid, it doesn't matter, certain chemical treatments have been put on a hold list.
Imidacloprid was one of them. There were others.
Yeah, so do not use this. Well, if you're in chemistry, you know that it doesn't take a lot to find another chemical that can do the same thing, but maybe is a little more damaging to the environment or less damaging. So chemists are always at work on these things. And so the hope has always remained that maybe a new chemical formula would come out. But alas, one did not. So we're trying to think, okay, well, what other avenues do we have available to us in our shellfish growers to take care of this pest? And that's what this bill focuses on. This bill charges a group of scientists and local investment to come up with a plan. So that way, it's not necessarily a plan that is generated by us, the legislature, as most of us are not scientists, so we couldn't know what a good treatment and a bad treatment is. Sometimes we have to rely on experts to make that determination. So what the bill does is it gathers some funds to be able to promote a study that will be done, not a singular study, but essentially just a recommendation by experts on how to proceed in a way that's effective for our growers, our farmers out there, and is also safe for the environment. Hopefully we'll get results soon, and then from there we can start to employ policy that will allow our farmers to do what they need to do, and that is keep the shellfish industry alive and thriving in Washington.
Yeah, when you see a beach or a tidal area that's been infested with these burrowing shrimp, you know it's a dead zone. I mean, they basically turn a healthy little ecosystem into something that looks like the surface of Mars. They just kill all the life along the bed under the water there, and especially in those kind of tidal flat areas. These little shrimp, you can't eat them too. There's nothing good to do with these burrowing shrimp. They're a real pest, and they're wrecking a lot of our coastal aquaculture industry. So Joel's bill is a necessary first step toward getting back to the place where we can do something to control this pest infestation. And it's just a good example of how we work together in a bipartisan way with our colleagues on the other side of the aisle and all parts of the legislature to get something through and get it to the governor's desk and get it signed. So good things can happen here at the Capitol in Olympia.
It's not all bad news. Sometimes there's good things that are occurring, but it takes work, and it does take a team effort. It was bipartisan throughout the process, and the governor signed it on Monday. So it is law now, or it's going to be soon. And it's something that we're really happy of the work we've done here in the legislature, and wanted to bring that to your attention.
That's it for now. We'll be bringing you more news, both good and bad, in the days ahead. The session is getting toward at the end of its regular schedule. Remains to be seen whether we finish on time or have to go into extra innings here this spring at the Capitol. In the meantime, stay strong and be well, and we'll talk to you soon.